Okay, here we are, chat, with a run from Axiton. This is the, I don't know, like double slow. We're trying to double slow things. It's the opposite of double boost. We're gonna try McNeil plus Gren, or McNeil plus Shatterer things. Now, McNeil plus Shatterer, like McNeil slows, Shatterer just outright stuns. But the thing will be moving slowly in with the McNeil trap, and then will get stunned as it's moving slowly. So it will move incredibly. It'll basically like not move at all. The issue with this, of course, being that I will have to basically be on defense for this to work. Because the Shatter, I can't McNeil trap aggressively and then move a Shatterer in. That's not really going to work very well. Although we might end up having to do that a few times. This is kind of the entire problem with Shatterer as a unit, in fact. Shatterer is actually pretty good against infantry, but it's good on defense because it doesn't have Raider. So why would anyone ever walk their infantry into your hard counter? Like, this thing annihilates infantry. Why would anyone ever walk an infantry into it? It's just, that's a terrible play. But it's only good on defense, pretty much. So that kind of is the entire problem with Shatterer in a nutshell, is that it's really good when people walk infantry into it, but no competent opponent will ever do that, because why would they? Like, they can see that it's there. They know the infantry will get slaughtered, so why would they ever walk into it with infantry? And that's kind of what's wrong with Shatterer. Okay, anyway, we might have to get aggressive with the Shatterer to make this happen, but we will see. The Gren, on the other hand, Gren-McNeil combo should be fairly easy to pull off. That one we can get kind of aggressive with. We can like move the Gren in, attack something. Once it's slowed, we can McNeil trap on top of it. How far away can you McNeil trap? It's like the same as Strong Arm, right? Or maybe one tile further than Strong Arm even. So I might be able to do it like one tile away from my opponent's base. Oh, this dogfight isn't going to go well. Let's just retreat. So I decided to play Shocks in this deck because, oh, I play Snipers, sorry. Because Shatter is just not good, basically. And I wanted to have an answer to infantry. Alright, go get him, Shats. Go get him. Yeah, shattering. Ah, now we're going to be pop-capped against Banshees. That's unfortunate. What's my anti-air? I think I have, like, Missile Hammerhead. Oh, I have Grens. I don't even have Missile. I have Hammerhead, though. Alright, cool. Guess we'll make a Hammerhead. Hammerhead two-shots Banshee now. It used to be that you could 2v1 a Hammerhead with Banshees. Obviously, you can't do that anymore. Because Banshee's basically a Talon now. As far as air power is concerned. Come on, Hammerhead, today, please. Thank you. So we need to make... Oh, here we go. Can we do it? Can we get the McNeil trap? Oh, slowed. Slowed and stunned. Oh, look at that. Look at them barely moving. Got him. This guy has not made any vehicles yet. He's only made air and infantry. But we're going to get a Gren in anticipation of his gigantic tech unit, whatever it is. Oh, don't you cane. That's not cool, dude. Watch this. I'm going to dodge his cane. GG. If you get out of vision range of cane, it won't shoot anymore. Also, you can McNeil trap a cane, and it'll slow the obelisk from firing, which is also hilarious. Alright, here we go. We're going to McNeil trap. We're going to get him. Go, go, go. We have to be aggressive. Like I said, we weren't going to. Oh, look at that. Look at that laser troops getting shreked. Feels bad, man. Can we have the... I mean, I'm not going to be able to McNeil trap whatever tech unit comes out, but... Could we please have the tech unit so I can McNeil it? And Gren it. Wonder what it's going to be. Maybe I should let him have... What's a Widowmaker? Oh, I really want a Grenadier and McNeil this. But we don't have the McNeil trap available. I wonder who wins this fight. Looks like the Grens? It's actually, no, the Grens get smashed. Oh my god, Grens are so bad. Even on defense, they get wrecked. Because once one of them dies, it's all over. Alright, so we got a little bit of McNeil plus Shatterer action there. It wasn't the perfect scenario, but it was alright. Mordy NYC. Hopefully this guy makes, like, you know, a vehicle that I get to Gren plus McNeil trap. I'm interested to see how it works, because obviously Grens say they slow by 60, McNeil says it slows by 40. There's no way this is going to do 100% slow. But it might do like an 80% or something. It depends which order they apply in as well, right? Because if you Actually, does it matter? If you slow something by 60% and then slow that by 40%, is that the same as doing it the other way around? It isn't, right? It's different. We're gonna need snipers here. Chat, someone help me here. Someone help me with math. Is 60% of 40% the same as 40% of 60%? It's the same? Okay. And what is it? What percentage will you get if you reduce 40% by 60%? Oh, snipers are so terrible. I actually kind of like... I mean, a lot of people hate two-range units, and rightly so, and snipers are super annoying. But also, they're just horrendous. Like, they're so bad. It's kind of sad how bad they are. 76%. Okay, so we're going to 76% slow things if we hit them with Gren and McNeil. That's kind of pathetic. Here we go, we're going to do it. We're going to live the dream. That Pitbull was massively slowed. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see it because it didn't move. It just stood there. But it was, you can take my word for it, that it was very slowed. That McNeil is actually kind of a beating sometimes. Snipers, come on. Just, you know. Just don't snipers, you know, just don't. Drone Swarm really is one of the most annoying units in the game. Look at that. This is what McNeil is good at, basically. When people are trying to spam cheap units at the pads and use McNeil them, that is what McNeil is good for. The problem is it's only good when you are on defense, pretty much. Like, if you're winning, McNeil is pretty good. If you're losing, it's kind of useless. We're going to get 76% slow if we get a McNeil and a Grenadier at the same time on something. Bike rush? John, why are you trying to do me dirty, man? I don't have missiles, so we're gonna have to get kind of fancy with our pit bulls if we want to hold this off. Or we can just shoot him whilst he's shooting my harvester. That makes it super easy. Like, if he lets the harvester tank, then it's not difficult at all. Okay, well, nice bike rush, I guess. Bike rush does indeed own. There's no way he's giving up this close to glory. There's no way we're giving him this harvester. I think this one might be over, chat. Something tells me. Here it is. The massive slow. Aww. No one really wants to move their unit is the problem. Like, no one will move their unit once it's McNeil and Gren. Send him the half? Absolutely not. Alright, let's try and get some more McNeil stun to do. It's merciful with it. Why would I want to be merciful? He tried to bike rush me. Speaking of. What is up? King Ninja. Oh, sorry, not King Ninja. King Nigia. What a weird name. I mean, we win the 1v1 if he doesn't run away. I assume he has a halve, yeah, okay. Try and get around behind him. Pitbulls do beat bikes, but bike spam is super annoying still. You kind of have to work for it with the pitbulls, whereas with the bikes, you just whatever, right? You just whang them out there. But obviously, the more pitbulls that get on the field, the worse it gets for the bikes. You know, once you get to this sort of stage. Bikes just kind of get smashed. We're going to try and get the Grens because we want to do the combo. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at that bike, it's barely moving. And now this one's just standing still. How uninspiring. I guess we'll get the Shatter out so we can try and do that. I think the Neon Trap cooldown is maybe a little too long, although the idea of someone spamming it against you is also pretty miserable. Let's go again. Trap. Trap plus stun. Trap plus stun? It's really underwhelming. People just aren't really trying to move through it is the problem. Like, we're trying to do this trap plus EMP or trap plus stun, and it's... people just stop moving once they're in it because of how slow they're going to go. So we don't really get to see the effects properly. I really want to trap again, but cool down. I mean, like, this guy just isn't moving, right? So it doesn't... I don't get to see anything interesting. Sad. These guys just don't want to be involved in double slow. We need like a unit, like a tank or something that's trying to drive around a Gren, and then we like pop the trap and get the Gren on it, and something with Raider that will keep trying to move so we can see how incredibly slow it goes. That's what we need. We need a Raider unit. Everyone we're playing against is just making infinity bikes. I'd like to tank with the dog if possible. Or we can use the dog to block so Shatter can catch. Oh, a tank, nice, that's what I wanted. I don't think we have enough to do the combo though. Although maybe? Oh, here we go. No, I didn't, I misclicked. Oh, look at him go! Hey, we did it, chat! We did it! You see how slow he was? Real slow. Excellent. This is why Grens are terrible. They just melt. They actually just go down really quickly to counters. Mutants are pretty beefy boys. That's why we call them beefy boys. That is literally why they are good compared to Grenadiers. Oh, here we go. Get the combo. Combo deck. Oh, look at that. Look at that tank. Look at it. This was the perfect game. We've peaked. This is it. Nothing will be better than this one. We've officially peaked. I don't want to trap this one. I'm going to be a bit weak. Here, though, I'll do this. Trap this and stun. Yeah, look at that. Look at that flamer doing nothing. Look at this tank doing nothing. The dream team. McNeil plus Gren. This is all that Grens need. Grens just need their EMP to have an additional 40% on top. So they're actually doing like 76% slow, and then they'll be good. You see how the flamer only gets stunned every other hit? That is because there is an immunity to being stunned. There is an immunity to being stunned that was put in the game to prevent you from stun locking things with like a really fast firing Shatterer. So like MSV double boosted Shatterer. It didn't want it to like stun lock things. So when you get stunned, there's an immunity. But then the Shatterer got like this buff where it got the double attack speed and half damage. But they didn't change the stun immunity. So every other shot from a Shatterer, actually this stun gets ignored by the stun immunity. So I guess technically if there were two infantry units next to you, you could attack back and forth and alternate your attacks to stun them both. But yeah, it doesn't really work at the moment. Like the stun immunity kind of breaks how Shatterer works right now. Alright, Misha. What's the play, Misha? I play a lot of like random decks, as you guys probably know from watching my videos. I play like a lot of bad decks and so on, but the difference between a 10 cost unit and not 10 cost unit and how comfortable I feel playing the deck is enormous. Like, just having a scout unit to go out and check what's happening and to get a little bit of map control in the early game makes such a colossal difference to the gameplay. Like, the game is so much easier with a 10 cost unit. 10 cost units are just way too strong. Oh, dodge? No, I didn't dodge. Feels bad. So we basically traded a pit bull for like a bike and a shot on another bike, which isn't great. And this bike, this pit bull looks like it's gonna die without even killing a squad, which is definitely bad. Oh, there we go. It just goes. Actually went pretty well. Yeah, that wasn't too bad at all. But still, we killed 3 squads for 2 pit bulls. So 90 for 80. We're only up like 10 on that exchange. Oh, this is going to be the perfect time for the trap. If we can trap this Giga. Yes. Oh, yeah, look at that. How does it feel, my dude? How does it feel? Apparently it feels fine because his Giga... Oh, I actually did kill it. Nice. I thought for sure his Giga was going to just live there because of the flamers. And again, Grenadiers showing why they are so much worse than mutants because of the hit point differential. Like, mutants live and Grens do not, and that is the difference between a good unit and a bad unit. I can't fight this Giga Cannon here at all. Pretty lucky we got this map. The other map would be a nightmare. The other map would be absolutely horrible for me with this deck against Giga. I'm thinking about dropping a trap and going in. I assume the trap will also slow the Giga's charge rate, as well as its movement speed. Oh my god, look at this Giga just get annihilated. Anyone who doesn't like Giga, this is the game for you. You get to witness the Giga Cannon just getting shreked completely. A classic tale. A classic tale. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna try and get some epic slows going. I like having dogs versus rifles, that's usually a good start. Scavengers, my word. A rarely seen scavenger. Why am I building barracks? I don't need snipers here. I can just make the mighty Shatterer. This is why scavengers are terrible, by the way. Because when they actually get into combat, like, they suck. They suck in combat. They're so bad. And that's just not okay. Like, you only have 6 deck slots. You can't afford to have one of them be just like money generator that doesn't also fight. Because you already have a harvester for that. You can't really have another unit that also does not fight well and just generates money. And that's kind of what scavenger is. Let's get this up here and this down. Get him, McNeil! Get him! Renneil, go! Actually pretty underwhelming, to be honest with you. Not super happy about that. That could have been better. Grens are pretty fast now as well, like they got that movement speed buff. They're a pretty fast unit. Although, how fast is a Gren? How fast is a Gren compared to like a dog? Like a little bit slower? Not that much slower, it's about the same speed honestly. It feels way slower. Probably because of the movement animation. How fast is it compared to like a Shatterer? Right, let's do the thing. Get him with the trap. Yeah, look how slow that Giga is! If you hate Gigas, this is the run for you. These Gigas are getting so wrecked. Another shot. We haven't really done much Shatterer plus Trap on infantry. But that's mostly because of what I was talking about at the start, where like it doesn't really do anything, it just stuns them. And then the stun is kind of irrelevant. Look at that. Look at that slow. Look at that Gren slow. Look at those bikes barely moving. Feels bad, bike man. Fully wrecked. Fully destroyed. Good times. Gren plus McNeil, the new meta. We discovered it here in Unranked. SRPSS. Just running his Unranked, you know. Gotta grind that Unranked out. Oh, this is gonna be a bad one, chat. This is gonna be a bad one. He's for sure just gonna be playing his ladder deck or some nonsense. This might be the game where we don't go Shatterer. Actually, you know what? Who cares? Let's just do it. Let's live the dream. Here we go. Double slows. Get him, Shatterer. Oh, dude. Shatterer. Why have you let me down? You were supposed to be the chosen one. You were supposed to get them. But very little getting was done. Alright, I guess we're going snipers. It's a sad day, but such is life. Sometimes you gotta do it. Back these dogs up, actually. I'm guessing he'll have Razorback. Surplus is a big Razorback fan. Razorback also just like hard counter sniper. What a surprise. Who could have predicted such a thing? Who could ever have worked out that he would have Razorback? Yeah. Well, this is going to be a loss for sure. He's probably got Titan as well then if he's playing this deck. Could have made a Shatterer there instead of dogs. How do I not kill this guy in time? I really thought that guy was going to die. Yeah, he's got Titan as well. He's just playing a proper, like, I don't, he's just playing a proper deck in Unranked. Because, you know, you can't play Unranked and have fun with it. You got to play your best deck. Although this is, I mean, not best deck. This deck is not great anymore. But it's a lot better than the Gren Shatterer deck, that's for sure. Alright, here comes the Titan. What a surprise. Who could have guessed that it would be a Titan deck? Oh, I've tried to boost my Gren. But of course it is trap, not boost. Feels bad, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Like, try harding in Unranked, obviously. Feels bad, man. Dark Black Hawk, right? Do I have a Hammerhead in this deck? I do, I just never could afford it. This deck is pretty bad versus Razorback. Like, we don't really have a lot of options against Missile Razorback because the Shatter is so weak. And obviously shocks don't work, so, or snipers don't work. Snipers are unplayable against Razorback, just hard counters them. Maybe I should have played shocks instead of snipers. I really haven't made the snipers very often, and when I have, they've been bad. Maybe snipers are just terrible. Grenadier. This is the perfect time for the double slow. Except we haven't got the money for it. Here we go. Oh, double slow. Kind of. Are we still gonna lose? We still lose with double slow? Yikes! What a absolutely terrible unit Shatterer is. Even with McNeil Trap and defense and stuns, we still lose to a Grenadier, which is not even a very good unit. Wow. Shatterer is truly one of the worst units in the game. This is why Grens are bad. Look at how long it takes them to catch things. Even with the increased movement speed. Like, if you actually reach something, you can do damage to it, but it's real difficult to reach something. Yeah, I mean, you can run your Grens up to my snipers if you want, but they're not actually an anti-infantry unit. It will not do extra damage to that unit. Alright, I think we got him. Look at the McNeil trap, he just can't bring new units in. This is literally what McNeil is good for. That's the only thing McNeil does. If you put it down on people's, like, route from their base to the pads, then they cannot reinforce. That's, like, entirely what McNeil does. So you need to be winning. Like, if you're controlling the pads, McNeil is kind of insane. But if your opponent controls the pads, then McNeil is almost completely useless. Alright, last game. The Shatter has just been terrible. Like, Grenadier plus Trap has actually been okay a few times. Like, mostly versus Giga Cannon decks. Is he just not here? Alright, well, disappointing last game. Yeah, the Shatterer plus Trap has just been terrible. Like, we even lost to a Gren, even with Shatterer and Trap. Which is like 90 tib against 70. In a cross-counter matchup. So, kind of should come down to Defender's advantage if there isn't a Trap involved, but the Trap should make a big difference, I would have thought, but it does nothing. The Gren plus Trap, we killed a lot of Giga Cannons with it, which was pretty interesting. And there have been a few games where the Trap's power has been shown clearly. What the hell? It's a fake AFK? Oh god, it's a fake AFK, that's hilarious. Alright, good beats, man, good beats. Oh, okay, sure, I guess. We're gonna kill his harvester now. What was I saying? Oh, he just surrenders. Okay, well. Okay, I guess. Yeah, the Grenadier plus the McNeil was kind of interesting. You can see the power of McNeil when you have control of pads and you're trying to stop people from getting back on them. That's kind of the only time McNeil is good. If you are behind, McNeil is absolutely terrible, which is really a big issue for the commander. Because it only does one thing and you have to just be winning. You have to win the game without a commander power for it to be useful. Which is like, well, if you were already winning the game without the commander power, then the McNeil is not really necessary, is it? So, alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And I'll see you next time.